Welcome to the next installment of my lecture series for microeconomic principles. And in this particular video lecture, we're taking a look at a problem that students had difficulty with in week number 2. In particular, this is exercise 2.3, and it relates to supply and demand analysis and oil import fee. And this is actually 2.2. It's not 2.3. My apologies for that. So exercise 2.2, oil import fee. And this one was an algebraic approach, and I'm assuming some students may have had some issues with this algebraically. So I'm going to help and walk through the steps. Remember, this is an algorithmic problem. There are multiple versions of this, so you might not have seen this exact form of the question, but I'm going to work through one particular example. And this particular example, you are given the quantity supplied and demanded for crude oil in the United States in the mid-1980s. So quantity supplied is equal to -2 plus 1/2 P. I rewrote this just to make it easier for this exposition. And QD is equal to 15 minus 0.25 P. And the problem also gave you that the world price, so I'll just say PW, is equal to $12 a barrel. And you were asked, at this price, what would the level of imports be equal to? So all you really need to do is to take this price and stick it into the price in the supply function, and then stick that same price into the demand function. So let me just copy and paste this over here. So we have that, and we can stick the $12 in where P belongs. So we can have 0.5 multiplied by 12. And we know that that's going to be equal to -2 plus 6. So 1/2 of 12 is equal to 6. And that gives us a QS 6 minus 2 of 4. So that gives us QS. So we know the quantity supplied at that world price. Now we want to get the quantity demanded. So I'll just cut and paste the demand function down here. And I will put in the 12 here, or multiplied by that, multiplied by 12. So 1/4 of 12 is equal to 3, so I have 15 minus 3 is QD. So 15 minus 3 is equal to 12, and that gives us QS. I'm sorry, QD. My apologies. So if I rewrite this, I have QS equals 4, QD equals 12. So the quantity demanded is greater than the quantity supplied. So we're going to have a shortage, and that shortage is going to be the level of imports. So if I have QD minus QS, so we have 12 minus 4, which is equal to 8. So at that price of $12 in the world, the level of imports in the United States is going to be equivalent to 8 million barrels a day. The reason being, at that world price of 12, domestic consumers want to purchase 12 million barrels per day. Domestic suppliers are only supplying 4 million barrels per day. So the difference between those two, that 8 million barrels per day, is what is going to be imported into the United States.